Racing royalty, and barely a spring day goes by without Gay Waterhouse being in the frame. She's searching for just her second Melbourne Cup, pinning her hopes on Just Fine. But as Tony Jones reports, it's the 70-year-old herself who sets a cracking pace.
An entree to the Cup Carnival at Flemington this morning, breakfast with the stars. But around here, there's really only one star.
You again?
Yes,
I'm
back.
Gay Waterhouse has an endless amount of energy, some of which is spent engaging with the media or punters in general. For an industry which focuses on favourites, there are no favourites in Gay's world. This little bloke might just be the exception.
They can sort of be a bit phobic. He's a phobic.
Separation anxiety?
Oh, absolutely.
No, you or the dog?
No. I'm fine. The dog.
Luckily, racing didn't lose Gay to acting. Her CV includes 70s Aussie soap, The Young Doctors, and Doctor Who.
Are we going to let them stay then?
But when your dad is the great Tommy Smith, the bloodlines win out. A spring clean reinforcing that.
I decided to clean Dad's trophies, and there were 4 Cox plates that I had to shine up, and it was such a joy looking at them. And I thought, this is wonderful. It's just a dream come true. That be in this spring carnival with so many great races, with so much history around them, it's quite moving.
Gay has accumulated a few trophies of her own, not to mention an unrivalled reputation.
She was quite funny yesterday to me. She cares more about everybody else than herself, and she took her jacket off and made sure I was freezing. It was shivering, and she's like, "You have to wear that because you need to be riding in the Melbourne Cup." She was worried about my ride this week. She didn't want me to get a flu.
Gay will be joined by an old on-again, off-again mate next week, John Singleton.
It's great to see people at Singo's age and that he's not a young man, and yet he's still getting such a kick out of the sport. I think it's fantastic.
82-year-old Singo's greatest challenge might not be the Oaks, but keeping up with Gay.
Thanks, Guy. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's okay. See you all later.
Tony Jones, 9 News.
And let's head back out to Flemington now, where we find Tony Jones with a look ahead to the rest of tonight's sport.
Thank you, Tom. Thanks, Alicia. And, well, it's hard to believe, isn't it? A week today until the great race, the race that stops the nation. And while there is plenty of attention on that lady, Gay Waterhouse, and also Chris Waller, those camps, this little-known Kiwi crusader is looking to spoil the party.
He's a bit of a sweetheart. I don't think stress is going to be his biggest problem on Tuesday.
Back to TJ live at Flemington with all the 8-day sport.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Alicia. Hello again. Mystery surrounds a Melbourne Cup favourite. Those details are next. Also coming up in sport tonight, we meet the Kiwi trainer looking to cause a Cup upset.
The thunder and the roar. This is where statements are made and legends are born.
Champion becomes a legend!
For the first time ever, the week-long Melbourne Cup Carnival is on 9. It all starts with Derby Day.
The nation roars for a hero!
Saturday on 9 and 9 now.
But racing first up, and trainer Chris Waller is yet to decide if Cox Plate hero Via Sistina will back up in the Melbourne Cup, of which, of course, is one of the raging favourites at the moment. Now, much further down the market is a Kiwi hope trained by Sean Ritchie. Now, you might recall Sean Ritchie's name because he certainly has fond memories of the day that he and a very good mate of his conquered the carnival. While the big stables like Waller and Waterhouse tend to be the Flemington focus, over in the visitors' stables, this New Zealander is primed to cause a possible upset. He's a big baby, this one, isn't he?
He is. He's a bit of a sweetheart. I don't think stress is going to be his biggest problem on Tuesday.
The horse is Mahajan. His trainer, Sean Ritchie. And while glory on Cup Day is the stuff of dreams, Ritchie has already lived a spring carnival dream.
Bone Crusher the outside, and Bone Crusher races into equine immortality.
That Cox Plate in 1986 is still regarded as the race of the century, and Ritchie was there front and centre as Bone Crusher's strapper and best mate. What are your memories of that day at Moonee Valley? Is it a blur, or you remember it all vividly?
No, I remember it pretty well. Probably just that little bit too young to really appreciate what a fantastic horse he was, and that we were a part of something so special on that occasion.
Bone Crusher passed away in 2015. He lived to be 30. Now it's Mahajan's turn to become a Kiwi poster boy. He's won a couple of cups in New Zealand, but this is a big step up.
We struggle to have illusions of grandeur, but he's deserved a spot in the race. He's a solid 2-miler. You know, if we can, we're just happy to be part of the day. And look, if he can perform to his best, then we've done the best job we can possibly do. It's very hard to get another Bone Crusher.
As another New Zealander proved in 1983, nothing is impossible on that Tuesday.
Kiwi will beat them all. It's come from last. Kiwi's won the Melbourne Cup.
Sean Ritchie already has a plate. Maybe it's time for a cup.